full-time van life travel continues as we explore the beautiful Olympic Peninsula and some of the Olympic National Park. We have absolutely fallen in love with the Pacific Northwest and look forward to experiencing more of this incredible place and sharing it with you. Our first stop today is Hurricane Ridge. Come along with us for the adventure. Good morning. We have made it to Hurricane Ridge in Olympic National Park in Washington. We are pretty excited to be here. On the way up, we saw some neat views. We also saw a mama deer with her 2 fawns. And now we are planning to do some hiking and get some great views around here.
So we're waiting for our friends Bill and Christina to make their way up. In the meantime, we're going to fill up with some water, maybe grab some breakfast, and get ready for the day.
Well, our morning is off to a great start already. I spotted some adorable marmots. Love them. And we met some viewers. As I was walking back to the van, some people spotted us, recognized us, Sabrina and Charlie, so it was really nice to meet them. And our friends are here, Bill and Christina. We're gonna do some hiking. Down the bench. Alright, we are hiking the Cirque Trail right now. I think it should be Steve approved. It's only a half a mile and it's paved and it's pretty flat.
So far, so good. We'll see how it goes.
Moss. It is so fun.
Looks like, you said Muppet material. It looks like Muppet fur.
Moss. Muppet moss.
So cool. This is why it's fun hiking with Christina. We like these kind of things. The guys are just bored with us already.
They want to go back and we're like, we can't find enough amazing things.
Bill's sitting over there. Man, we are so slow, aren't we? Have you been waiting hours?
It was a nice rest.
As you can see, Steve is on another bench. Christina's looking at the map. We have picked out trails that we think are Steve and Bill approved. We're just verifying things right now. I think it's looking good. Steve might bellyache a little bit.
Well, I'm definitely belly aching no matter what.
Steve just likes to bellyache. Alright, so this is the High Ridge Trail. It also is only 0.5 miles. It is not flat, but I think Steve can handle it. Should have a pretty great payoff at the top. So Christina's talking about her heart rate being up, which is a good thing for her. Steve's talking about having a heart attack. Look at this, you guys. What a view, huh? You can see water over that way, over this way. And the nice thing about it, it's pretty easy to get right here. see what Steve says, but I think we'd both agree that we had a nice hike here at Hurricane Ridge. And we have just driven just a little ways down the mountain to an overlook right here. We wanted to get some shade on our slider door side, take a break, have some lunch with a great view. The neat thing about this spot too is if we look straight ahead and up, we can see where we were just hiking, the little ridge trail there. So that's pretty fun. And we also have parted ways with Bill and Christina for a few days. They are heading around the peninsula. We're heading back into town and do some work. We actually got to see them driving down the mountain, so that was fun.
The hike was good in that no one died. Hiking is very dangerous.
And that's all you have to say about that, huh? Did you think it was a pretty hike?
It's a statement of fact. Hiking is dangerous. Yeah, of course, once we made it up to the top, pretty views.
Your feet got dirty though, huh?
Yep.
What else was horrible about the hike? You had to move your feet.
There was no elevator.
There were benches though. All right, and this is our view. Not too shabby. Well, this is definitely not a bad spot to work. I'm having a little bit of lunch. It's the leftover kale quinoa salad I made last night. And Steve's editing right now, and I'm gonna do some work myself. We are making our way down the mountain now. I would say that it was kind of special to come visit this park because it's one of the few national parks we were at prior to van life. When we were here in the area in 2018, we made a quick little trip up to the top like we did today, but we only had I think literally 45 minutes to check it out because of the rest of our schedule on that trip. So it's neat to be back and check things out and just remember that visit back then. So I think that was a great way to start our day. One of the nice things about Hurricane Ridge is that it's only about a half an hour to drive from Port Angeles up to the top, and you can get really great views just driving up to the top, and then you don't have to hike much at all for even more great views. So I would say we probably hiked less than a mile today. It was a fairly easy hike and a good payoff. It's hard to give it a rating. I'd say I'm going to give it 4 vans because the views were nice, not super blow your mind nice, but very nice, and the ease of seeing it all. I think that earns some points for sure.
Well, now unfortunately playtime is over. We are off to a library to get some work done.
Wrapped up our time at the library, and we could go back to the casino night tonight to park overnight, but we decided to do a little exploring because we had some other spots marked on the map for possible overnights right on the river. So we drove up, it is Olympic Hot Springs Road, and we went by the 2 spots. I'm not sure what we think about them, but we got to the end of the road. It's blocked up here because of, what did it say, washout?
Yeah.
And there are waterfalls right here. So it's almost 7:30. Said the waterfalls were only 0.1 mile. So I think we're going to try to go see those before we make some dinner. And then we'll figure out what we're doing for tonight. all this moss and the ferns. So cool. Good morning, you guys.
Good morning, everybody.
I was going to get on here and say that we had an uneventful night at the casino last night, but that's actually not really true. First of all, there was excitement for Lady Grey. I got up out of bed to do some last things before going to bed, and she had her feet perched up on the window here looking out. She spotted deer, and that was pretty cute because we have seen things like deer before, and sometimes it doesn't seem to register. So I thought that was really fun that she had something to look at and be entertained by. And then we got woken up in the early morning hours ourselves by sprinklers hitting our van. I have a really hard time going back to sleep once I've been woken up. Like it was around 5 or something like that. But thankfully I was able to go back to sleep, and it's now going on 9 almost. I think I got up around 8 actually, which is not normal for me. But now we are making our way into town, to Port Angeles. The library doesn't open till 10, so we've got some time to kill. I think we're gonna go check out the waterfront area and find a bathroom. Nice time at the pier. It was a nice way to start the day. Now we have to go do work, so we're heading to the library, and we'll catch up with you guys later. Alright, you guys, a little bit of an update. We have been working at the library for several hours now, and it's also quite hot. I would say this is the first time since we've been in Washington that the temperatures have been pretty high. Yesterday it actually got up to 90 degrees in the van. Right now it's a little over 87. Temperatures outside are probably a little bit lower than that, but of course the sun bakes down on our van a little bit, so it always makes it a little hotter. We do have windows open, and I now have a fan on here, so we often get asked how the cat does in temperatures like this, and she's a Florida kitty. She does pretty well, but a lot of times when it's hotter like this, I make sure that I can come out here and tolerate it. If I can tolerate it, I know she can. But yeah, she does really great. Even when it was like the middle of summer in Florida, she and her brother would choose to go out in the middle of the day to sleep outside instead of in the inside where it's air conditioned. So The other thing is it's not really humid here, so I feel like it's a little bit more tolerable. Usually I'd be like dripping sweat with it this hot, but I'm not because it's dry. But anyway, the reason why I'm out here in the van right now is there are no Planet Fitnesses around, and we're not going to have any for quite a while probably. So we have to get a little creative. So Steve actually took the shower bag, filled it up with water today, put it out on the hood of the van to heat it up in the sun. Now it's in here, and I'm going to wash up some things. I think I'm going to wash my hair, maybe shave my legs, and also do some laundry with the hot water. Alright, so I'm all set up. I've got my collapsible bowl that I use often for washing my hair, but I also have out the collapsible bucket, which actually can get much bigger than this. I think first I'll wash my hair and put that water aside, and then I'll do the laundry stuff. The bucket comes in much handier for the laundry stuff because it's bigger. So here goes. Fill up a cup of water first, because it's easier to pour over my head, I think, than maybe using this. We'll see. I will say, it actually might be a little harder with the shower bag, but I do have hot water. The hose is kind of low. It gets in the way a little bit. But it works. Okay, hair is washed. Probably do the armpits and some laundry next. Alright, time to do laundry. Putting the clean warmer water in with some laundry detergent. I think I'll do just a couple things at a time. So this is all going pretty well because it accomplished what it needed to, but we definitely need to figure out maybe how to deal with the bag a little better. I actually just switched it over to the other door and turned it around, and now it's hanging a little better, so that's an improvement. The other thing is washing the laundry with my hands with the laundry detergent. I feel like that dries out my hands a little bit. I guess I could wear gloves, but I don't really like to wear gloves. One thing that would definitely be easier, and I had mentioned this back when we were getting ready to get on the road again for this huge road trip around the country, was having a laundry bag. They're the plastic bags that you can put the clothes in, you put the water in, the detergent, and then you close it and you scrub it, and it's got little like nubs that make it easier for scrubbing, like that friction that you can just do from the outside. So I think that's something I would like to add. It would make laundry a lot easier here in the van, and also when we go into Planet Fitness. It's easier to transport the clothes, especially after they're wet, and then also just to do all the washing. So, but got a lot done today. Check. Kind of feel like a pioneer woman when I do this. Alright, so I'm pretty much done. I have saved all the dirty stuff to dump somewhere. We're going to have to find a place for that. Maybe a park with some restrooms or something, because we don't like to dump extra water down the drain. They were just going to have to dump somewhere else. So I've set that aside and we'll dump it somewhere. And then after I do that, I will rinse everything one more time and hang stuff out. I don't think I said earlier, one of the reasons why I wanted to do that here while we're at the library is because we have unlimited water. They have a water refill thing in there, so we can just take our bottles in and refill. So, there you go. Alright, well, we have figured out that we probably will not be to a Walmart or other discounted grocery store for at least 5 days, so we have stocked up at Walmart tonight. Not as much as we do at Aldi, but we're pretty stocked up still. We're having wraps with rotisserie chicken. They didn't have hot rotisserie chickens left here at Walmart tonight, but they did have cold, which is even cheaper, so that's fine with us. So wraps it is.
In 800 feet, turn right onto Elwadike Road.
Good morning, you guys. The library doesn't open until 10, and we have a little bit of time to kill, so we have come to this spot to check it out. It's kind of neat because it's actually private property, but they have allowed the public to come in, and it should be a really pretty spot.
Those things. Are we gonna do the chicken chili today?
Are we gonna do what?
The chicken chili today?
Probably. I guess we should. Huh?
I'll take care of that chicken.
All right, well, we grabbed a quick bite to eat, and we heard the locals coming back saying how cold and windy it was, so we're getting bundled up. It's kind of crazy because it's been in the high 80s the last couple days, and now it does feel pretty chilly, and you can also see that the clouds have been blowing in. Ready to go?
Let's go. You know, this cold weather and fall foliage makes me ready for football. It's just around the corner. Another 3 weeks, season will be in full swing.
And everyone rejoiced. Yay, football! Wow, it is beautiful out here.
Yes, it is.
All right, well, that was fantastic.
Yep.
I'm so glad we did that detour. I actually have to say it's one of my favorite spots in Washington so far, and maybe even this whole trip. It was absolutely gorgeous. We also met a couple locals. Both of them gave us some recommendations. We chatted with one of them for a while, David, so he gave us some recommendations for where we're heading tomorrow. Oh my goodness, was that beautiful.
It was beautiful. It was definitely windy and a bit chilly, but in some ways that kind of adds to it. Adds to the mystique, and the fog was kind of rolling in and out. Very beautiful.
We always really enjoy meeting locals who love the area they live in and give us recommendations, so that was pretty neat. We also spent probably way too much time there, so that means there's a little bit of stress to get stuff done today. We have a lot of things to get done, and then later today we're hoping to go to a concert, a local concert, which is neat. There we go. Look at that. Nice. Well, we are cooking up some dinner. We came back to the city pier here in Port Angeles because there's a local event going on, and we love finding local events. There's a U2 cover band playing tonight, and that's even an added bonus because U2 is one of my favorite bands. I think it's still one of your favorite bands. So that's pretty fun. So we are cooking up something that we haven't done in the van, I don't think, other than reheating it back in the days when we didn't do this full time. We used to love to make chicken chili in the house in the crock pot and then freeze some of it and bring some of it on the road with us. Now that we're living in the van full time, we don't have a crock pot. We don't do this at all, or haven't. But we're just doing a little bit of a modified version tonight in a smaller pan with the leftover rotisserie chicken that we have. So what's in the chicken chili is some corn, white beans, some black beans, salsa. We're gonna add some chicken, some garlic, and then we put some spice in there. Some cumin, chili powder, oregano, and some other things like that. And then it should be pretty tasty. That's what I'm missing. It's looking pretty good.
Chili. Well, we have arrived at the Live River Campground, and I believe we were blessed enough to score either the last site or the second to last site. It's one of these things I still cannot get my brain around, that something like this is available for free. The only thing with this particular campground is you have to have the Discover Pass, which I think we spent $30 for, and it gets you into all the state parks. So well worth it. And just a beautiful campground. Lots of trails that head right to the river, and has potable water and pit toilets. Even has a little amphitheater. Just a very well maintained campground. And again, for relatively free. It's still just hard to believe that these things are available. So, getting all settled in for the evening. Audra's up front getting some work done. And I think I'm going to just get cleaned up a little bit and head off to bed. We'll see you in the morning.
This is where we're going to leave you for this episode. If you enjoy our videos, please consider becoming a patron by using the link on the screen that we've also included in the video description, along with information about today's adventure and our channel. A special thank you to all our patrons. We appreciate your ongoing support. Thanks for coming along with us on this van life adventure. Please take a second to hit the like button below, leave a comment to let us know you're watching, and click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Don't forget, you can also connect with us and see my photos of the places we visit on our Facebook and Instagram. See you next time for more adventure.